afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. This Fan Sports Update sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Scheduled today at thewaterworks.com. Ohio State travels to Wisconsin Saturday at 3:30. Hear Ryan Day's press conference coming up on the Fan. NHL, Columbus Blue Jackets dropped their home opener 3-2 to the New Jersey Devils Monday. Goals scored by Dmitry Voronkov and Kirill Marchenko, who sits tied for second in the league with 4 goals. Jackets host the Avalanche Thursday at 7. In the NFL, the Cleveland Browns and the city of Cleveland reached a $100 million deal to move into a $2.4 billion indoor stadium in Brook Park on the city's west side. Game 2 of the NLCS tonight. Dodgers visit the Brewers at 8:08. LA took Game 1 2-1 Monday. Yoshinobu Yamamoto starts for the Dodgers against Freddie Peralta for the Brewers. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, welcome aboard. A little Tap Dance Tuesday for you here on Rothman and Ice as we await the coach, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Cannon at the controls. Boys, good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. You good over there today?
Yeah, outstanding. First-class, unmatched Plaza Party last night. Everything but a dub at Nationwide, but the weather was perfect. The fans showed up, blue carpet ride, all that good stuff. So they had it churned up, but we'll get with Jackets today because I heard Bake help tease us. Rusty Klesla.
Let's go.
In studio. First jacket draft pick back in 2000. Matty, I was at the Calgary Saddle Dome in 2000.
Calgary Saddle
25 years ago, and I found a picture on my phone. Not of me and Rusty. You can't prove that, Rusty. But, I mean, all that tape's at Channel 6. But we were there and went over the Olympic Village and did all that. I mean, it was a really cool time back then, and there was a lot of pride, obviously with the first draft pick, and they had all the teams on the floor, on at tables, jammed in and everything. It was very old school, and so excited to kind of reunite with Rusty here in studio. It's Alumni Week. They're going to be doing several of these, and he's back, so we'll have him in studio, and we'll have some fun with him.
Yeah, man, looking forward to chopping it up with him. And speaking of the Jackets, we got some nice tickets to hand away today because the Jackets are going to take on Colorado on Thursday, Tampa on Saturday at Nationwide Arena. And if you are the winner, you're going to receive 2 tickets to Saturday's game against the Lightning. So stick with us, and you can get your tickets now at BlueJackets.com or right here on Rothman and Ice.
Yeah, that's no rando weekday we're sending.
Nice.
No school night we're sending. It's Saturday night.
Well, Saturday night, date night. You know what I'm saying?
Rusty at 1 o'clock, by the way.
Don't miss that. Don't miss that. Hey, real quick, if you miss anything from our show, you can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Bet365 sponsors our podcast. So take us wherever you go. If you miss anything, don't worry. TLC cranks out the podcast right after the show. You will not have to wait long. So just a little reminder there that Rothman and Ice is always ready and available for you.
I looked at the spread again.
I think we got
we have Coach.
I think we got Coach.
All right, let's send you to the podium.
This is a live feed of Ryan Day's weekly press conference, sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Bo Jackson feeling this week?
Good. I think I'm just ready to have a good week of practice. I feel like everything, we're always looking to get better. There's been some positive things across the board, and then some things we need to get better at. But I think the guys are playing physical, and I think that there's been some really positive things that we've done this year. But as we know, we want to perfect it. And I think once you get halfway through the season, you recognize the things that your guys can do well. And I think we have to continually work on the things that we think fit our guys the best.
Obviously some of the lean on the run game, and we asked you about it a little bit after the game, was with the short fields and wanting to finish off those drives. But when you're in a game where you're averaging less than 3 yards per carry, is there something about wanting to get the run game established now for when you need it down the stretch of the season, even if it's going through some growing pains, right?
No, for sure. But I think when you look at how many runs were inside the 10-yard line, and how many short yardage runs there were, I think overall efficiency was pretty good. But when you get into those those types of situations, if it's 3rd and 2 and you make 3, it's pretty good. So I think that's more important. Look at the efficiency. We always want to be explosive. And yes, it's very important that we continue to get better because we know we need the running game down the road.
Ryan, the punting situation so far this year, how do you feel like you guys have done in that area of the game? Have you considered getting Nick McClarty in there at all?
We've got him in there once before. We haven't punted a whole bunch. I think the sample size is probably a mixed bag right now. We need to continually look at it and evaluate it and make sure that we're doing what's best. But Joey will be our punter right now, and we work at it a lot. We work at it. It'll be the first thing we do on Tuesday, and I think we have the right guys in the game. We always take a look at that in terms of the protection and guys covering. So I think it's been solid, but I know we can do better.
Coach, traditionally a tough place to go, Madison, with the fan base and everything. They're struggling a bit. What jumps out when you look at this football team?
Well, they play hard, and they're well coached. I think maybe the easy thing to do is to look at their record or look at maybe what happened last week and think that, otherwise, but that's not the case. And this is a team that, is has good players and is playing very hard. So, we have to have a great week of practice, and you hear me say it all the time. We got to focus on us and our process, but knowing that, when you turn on the film, last year they're playing LSU, this year they're playing Alabama. They're playing really good teams, and they've been right there with a bunch of them. So on the road, difficult environment, another big challenge for us. And I think it's important for us to recognize that this will be our 3rd game on the road in 4 games. Like, this is a big focus for us, this 4-week window, and we want to make sure we finish this thing strong, because I felt like going in we'd have an idea of what type of team we had, and knowing that going to Camp Randall is a huge challenge. So we got to go in and play our best football. We want to continually build, and so we need all hands on board.
When you had a chance to get the film for Devin, how did that go on second look? And if Lorenzo were to miss any more time, would that still be the approach you guys would want to take?
Yeah, I thought Jermaine, first off, did a great job inside, created 2 turnovers. Devin graded out well. Certainly it wasn't perfect. There was things he could do better, but for a young player to play with that type of confidence in that environment was a great sign. Early on, made a nice play on a PBU, and then continued to compete the entire game. So we do need to continue to build depth. There's other guys in that room that need to continually step up. They're working hard on special teams to find their chance to get on the field. But yeah, we'll see how Lorenzo feels this week. But I feel like we have at least created a little bit of flexibility and depth right there.
I remember last year you guys talked about how the length of the season sort of influenced the way you guys were pushing tempo and sort of trying to reduce the wear and tear. This year again, you're kind of toward the bottom of the FBS and plays per game, plays per second, a lot of those stats. How do you balance that long-term equation with what you're trying to do kind of week to week, and what factors that way now?
Yeah, the first goal is to win, and when you look at it from that point of view, you do everything you can to win that game. But then you take a step back and figure what gives us the best chance to reach our goals, and that's the way we look at it. And the idea of quote-unquote style points, I guess, was probably a little bit more important before the 12-team playoff. Right now, it's about winning games, and that's what our focus has to be now. There's certain things that we're going to need to continue to win games that we have to continually make sure that we're focused on, recognize, and identify and address. So, those are things that on Sundays we come in and figure out what went well, what we need to get better at, and then being able to adapt in game based on what's going on. But when you go on the road and you can take care of the ball and win the turnover battle 3-0, you have to give yourself a great chance to win. And so, that was the story of that game, in my opinion. But there's going to be other games, and we have to be able to adapt with those games based on what's going on, and that's our job, to be prepared for those.
I know a few years ago when you were trying to revamp the defense, the secondary was a big part of that. I think you've been one of the best defenses the last 3 years, but it seems like You had Jordan Hancock, Lorenzo, Jermaine. Now you talk about that versatility and that depth. When you were trying to revamp that, and you were talking about kind of the staff, was that versatility of like one of those things you were like, we need this to turn this around?
I think it's been more of the conversation recently than maybe even back then. I think it's always good to have guys that can do multiple things, but as we sort of transitioned into the 3 safety system where we have 5 DBs on the field the majority of the time, that was important, but now more than ever with the way things are in roster building, I think versatility is critical, and so each year it seems to be more and more of a point of focus for us.
I know that the NCAA approved the new transfer portal window. I know that you were not, I assume you were not a fan of it based on the last time you talked about it in here, but can you dive into why that 2-week window, January 2nd through the 16th, is bad for everyone? I mean, not just the teams that are thinking they're going to be in the playoff or pushing for the playoff, but what are the unique challenges that adds?
Well, I don't think it's bad for everybody. I think it's actually good for a lot of teams, but the teams that are making it late into the playoffs are really up against the 8 ball because not only are they forced to make decisions while they're still playing, and a lot of them school have started already by the time their season's over, but once the season is over, there's a 5-week or 5-day window where the transfer portal is open, and then there's no opportunity to replace those guys for the teams who are in that situation. So I'm not sure how they expect the teams who are in that situation to replace the players that are leaving in that moment. There's no more chance. So I've brought this up several times. Apparently it's gone on deaf ears, but we obviously want to be in that situation. But whoever it is probably going to wake up and say, wait a minute, this isn't right. I have 5 or 6 guys that I need to replace on my roster, and I can't now. So at that point, maybe somebody will listen. But as of now, they decided to make the rule, and we all have to deal with it. So nobody cares, so move on. That's the way it goes, and that's just the way we'll look at it. So we'll get our plan together and go from there.
Bigger picture question. James Franklin got fired this week. Luke Bickle's on the hot seat. Things are so temporary and precarious these days. How much have you taken, I'm sure you've taken note of it, what's it like to be a coach knowing that things could go south quickly and everything changes? How much pressure does that put on you internally? What's it like?
I think the first thing is, when you come in the building every day, you have to identify, what your focus is and what your goal is. And, our focus is on these young men and making them better. And winning allows us an opportunity to continue to do that. And this is the most competitive environment there is in the world, and it's getting more and more competitive every day, as we know. And this is what you signed up for. I mean, we're in this environment because we chose to be, and it's ultra competitive. And so you got to bring it every day, and you surround yourself with great people, and you attack every day the best way you can, and that's it. And you can't worry about what happened yesterday. You can't worry about what's going on tomorrow. You just maximize the day, and then you push forward and try to surround yourself with great people. And when the moments are great, you enjoy them. When the moments aren't, you hang in there and you push through, and you figure out a plan moving forward, and then you go from there. And that's it. And I think when you're in the season, you're kind of in the ocean. You're kind of getting banged around a little bit, and you don't really see any land anywhere near, but that's okay. You just keep rowing and keep moving forward. So that's it. And we got another big challenge this week because everybody we play against wants to win. They have good players. They have good coaches, and it's extremely competitive.
Right, Illinois on Saturday was making obviously a very concerted effort to slow the game up with their substitutions. You weren't happy about it. Some of the things throughout that game. What was your conversation like with the officials? Did they acknowledge that they thought that maybe that was happening? I guess how can you circumvent that as an official?
Yeah, probably. It's a no-win situation for me to even comment it right now. So I'm not going to get into the conversation that I was having on the field, and hopefully it's something that gets addressed here soon. But if it doesn't, then we got to get the subs in earlier, and that's just the way it is. So we've got to deal with it.
Obviously, you focused more on situations this year because of the less plays, less time, less possessions and whatnot. You are also trying to play 3 running backs right now with James, CJ, and Bo. And obviously last year, it worked last year playing multiple running backs, getting those guys to the finish line. But in specific situations, could you just kind of break down what each of those running backs gives to you that would make them right for, I don't know, say a 3rd and 1 situation versus a 2nd and 2? They're trying to figure out which running back is best for those specific situations.
Well, I think we all want them to have versatility, because if you're just putting people in to do specific jobs, then you know what happens, right? The defense says, okay, he's only doing this. So we don't want to do that at any position. And so we want them to be able to do all things. We want them to be able to run. We want them to be able to run upfield, short yardage, red zone, protect, run routes, because once you become a one-trick pony, okay, when he's in the game, it's pass. When he's in the game, it's run. It's between the tackles. It's perimeter. It's those types of things. And so certainly, you can look at each guy and probably recognize their strengths and weaknesses, but we're always trying to, put them in a position to, maximize their strengths, but we also got to build their weaknesses up and limitations so that they can get to that point. And I think when you look last year at our, Quinshawn and Travion, I mean, they had deficiencies that by the end of the season, I felt like you could put both of them in the game and you didn't know what you were getting. And that's the goal with our running backs now. And again, all built differently, but we're looking to get that, versatility across the board so we don't give away anything.
I want to follow up on Austin's questions earlier, just about Devin and Jermaine.
Yep.
Even regardless of Lorenzo's status, was there part of the way Jermaine played that intrigues you about playing him inside a bit more, kind of getting him closer to the line of scrimmage with the ball and having him wreak havoc the way he did against Illinois?
Well, when you make plays like that, you certainly draw attention and give the coaches different ideas to use you and utilize you. But Jermaine's very competitive, and he's a huge part of our defense. And we'll keep trying to figure out ways, whether it's situationally or even in 1st and 2nd down, to utilize those strengths. Because when you can play inside and outside and blitz, that's a strength, and that's versatility. That's why we can do so many things with Caleb. We can do so many things with Sonny. Arvell in different ways, and Jermaine's starting to show that he can do multiple things. So again, we give our defensive staff a little bit of time, and they'll come up with all kinds of different ways to utilize that. And that's something we try to really encourage. The more job descriptions you can do, the better we're going to be. So great to see Jermaine show up in big ways. Creating the turnover, in the slot on a PBU, and then coming off the edge for a sack fumble on a blitz. And we've worked hard on our blitzes to make sure that we're timing up, and the guys who are coming are skilled at blitzing. It's one thing just to blitz, it's another thing to actually use the techniques you need. And once you get there, create fumbles, because we've seen it before where guys have come, they're there, and didn't quite make the play. Not sure if maybe Jermaine had one early in the season where one of the guys spun out or whatever it is, but he's gotten better. I feel like we've gotten better at our blitzing, but it's something we're always working on.
Saw Josh Padilla again up on the offensive line. How's he doing through these last
good.
2 games?
Yeah, good. He's graded out, did a nice job. I think he played 14 plays in the game, and so as he continues to grade the way he does, he's a center/guard for us. And when we can do that, again, it's a strength of ours if we have depth, and he's giving us some of that. Even Ian Moore, who jumped in the game when Phil went down the other day. I feel like we do have some guys that are excited to get in the game. They've been working hard in practice, but it's good to see Josh getting some reps. He deserves it.
Yeah, you touched on it briefly, Ryan, but when you have 3 road games in 4 weeks like this in the conference, what are some of the off-the-field things that make it difficult to have a stretch like that, and what are some of the things you can benefit from it on the field?
Yeah, I don't know if it's difficult as it is. It's a challenge for us. It's exciting. I think there's a lot of positives when you go on the road. I think our guys enjoy being on the road, a little less distractions. Everybody kind of together, hunkered together, kind of a bonding opportunity at the hotel. When you go into the stadium, there's certainly the scarlet and gray up there and the Buckeyes who travel, but you kind of feel like you're on your own, and that you kind of gain your identity when you're on your own, just like in life. You go to college, you gain your identity. You go off on a road, and you go to Washington, you go to Illinois, and now we're going to Wisconsin. You gain an identity, and I think it's exciting. I think there's a part of that is even, you learn more about your team when you go on the road. So I don't think it's difficult. I just think it's a challenge. It's different. It's exciting. And we're excited to have another, great environment on Saturday at 3:30. And another opportunity for our guys to grow and be in these type of environments and learn. Because as much as, we have grown in the first 6 games, we still have a lot to work on. And these type of environments are great to get us stronger.
Yeah, I think Bo and CJ's the longest runs each on Saturday came when you guys went 11 personnel. And I'm just curious, do you think you're getting what you want out of 12 personnel right now in the run game?
Yeah, I think so. It's a different. The surfaces are different. When you're in the game with one tight end, two tight ends, and three tight ends, it all brings different things to the table. And then you look at the whole on. When you give something, you get something. When you put 12 in the game, they have to make a decision. Do they go to base or do they go to nickel? And then from there, you kind of build and you go and you try to identify what their plan is. And when you have these multiple groupings in the game, you have to have balance, but also you have to look at it like not just the running game, but like what does the passing game look like? Does that maybe open some things up in different areas? Like we have to decide all of those things. And when you have tight ends who can run routes and when you have receivers that'll block, then it can kind of get gray for them. Is it 11 light? Is it 11 big? Is it, all these different things? And so that's where I think now that we have 6 games of information, we're starting to really identify what our guys do well, and we need to keep focusing on those types of things, putting our guys in a situation to be successful, so that when it all comes down to the end of the season, we're putting guys in the best position to be successful. There's certain things that guys have shown they can do. There's certain things that we've seen that guys maybe can't do, and that we got to stop forcing it. Other things guys got to step up and show us that they can't do. So it's this back and forth, but that's the journey of a team. That's the growth of a team that we're working towards. And as long as we keep having great weeks of practice, then that'll give us the chance to keep getting better.
When you look at in-season recruiting the last 5 or so years with the changes of NIL, how has that changed things for your staff, for guys that you have in your current crop for the next cycle, or guys that maybe become available that you maybe didn't see coming of it?
Yeah, all over it. We have a bye week next week. It'll be a busy week in recruiting. It's starting to get down to that point. I think we're going to have a real busy next couple months. But we're evaluating really heavy right now this class and how things are going. The majority of their seasons are, kind of on film now. So it gives us a great chance to identify who we feel like is playing at a high level and who we really want to target. Certainly we have our commits and they're doing great, but there's also, a bunch of pieces of the puzzle that we're working towards to get, onto the team. And then we have to look at retention and then the transfer portal. And so all those things are coming real fast. So it's something we work every day on. We make calls on Monday nights. We meet on Thursday. We make calls on Wednesday nights. The coaches are making calls every single day, but we try to do them as a group, and then meet on it on Thursday. Go through everybody on the board, and then obviously on bye weeks we're on the road trying to see in person how things are going, get our eyes on the situation, get ourselves in the school, get ourselves at games. All of those things to help with the evaluation, because I think now more than ever evaluations are critical. Like more than ever. It was important before, but if you brought somebody on your team in the past and maybe it didn't quite work, they moved on. Well, now it's going to cost you a lot of money if you make a mistake. That's just the truth of it all. So I think evaluations are as important now as they've ever been. So we got to do a great job.
Ryan, you touched on this a little bit, but as far as Bill's question about just coaching and all those pressures, did you have a reaction finding out that James Franklin was fired mid-season like that?
Well, yeah. To be honest, yeah. James. Anytime you're somewhere for as long as he has, he did a lot of great things, and we had a lot of great games against each other. So, yeah, you take a chance to reflect on it all, but he's going to land on his feet. And he's a really good coach. But then you got to get back to work, and so yeah, that's the world we live in, and yeah, it's something that I think for all of us, we just need to make sure that we focus on what matters to us, and what's at hand. And I said it before, whether it's the negative things or the positive things or things like that, those are all kind of noise out there that we have to just stay focused on. And there's a lot that comes at you, whether you're at a player or as a coach, and our ability to focus and concentrate on what's important is what's critical, and that's what we got to do.
Ryan, we talked a lot about the interior defensive line depth in the preseason. On Saturday, you guys rotated some guys in there. You've been doing that. But Tyrone, as he's stepped up, what has allowed him, where has he gotten better? What has allowed him to sort of take on that role and be more productive?
Yeah, I think his confidence is as high as it's ever been. He had a couple really great plays, great effort plays, where he came back on a screen and had a 2 or 3 plays, and that's an effort. That's an effort play. I think his confidence has grown. I think he's learned to play with his hands better. I think he was a baseball player and a football player, and then once he went into football, it still took a little bit of time. But he's thriving right now in this defense. You're seeing a bounce in his step, and he's a big part of what we're doing in our future here. So good to see him really step up, and we need to continue to see that. I mean, he's got to keep getting better each week, which he's done, but doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. And we need that, because when he's in there with K-Mac and the guys and we're all together, you can see that they're strong inside. And on defense, we got to be built from the inside out.
Ryan, when you watch your team and then look at it statistically, for instance, on offense, you guys don't have a ton of explosive plays, but on defense, you don't give up any explosive plays. And then on offense, you're efficient and successful. You're good on third down. And on defense, your defense is second in the country in stopping people on third down. So it feels like offensively, you feel good about, we can be efficient, move the ball down the field, and we're going to challenge opposing offenses to do the same. And can you do that? Is that connected on purpose? Is that coincidental? That's how it played out that way? Because it seems like it's kind of two sides of the same coin.
Well, I think you have to look at how other teams are playing us as well. So I think that goes hand in hand. So to answer your question, yes. But also, if a team is going to start playing more man and putting a single safety up there and challenging us more, you probably would see more explosive plays. If a team is going to say, listen, we're going to, I've heard coaches say in their press conference, we're going to keep it all in front and make you take the short stuff and work the ball all the way down the field. And if that's their plan, that's their plan. And we have to be willing to do that and not let our pride and ego get in the way. And that's why I keep going back to the selfishness. I mean, it's very easy because of how some teams will play us to say, I'm not getting enough touches, I'm not getting enough explosive plays, those types of things. Minnesota challenged us some more, and we were able to create some explosive plays in that game. Now, the question is, when we do get those defenses, are we able to build explosive plays into it? That's where the challenge is, and so we'll always work to do that. And every play can go for an explosive, so that's what I try to tell the guys all the time. If we just do a little better job blocking, running, making guys miss, blocking on the perimeter, spacing out the route better, deliver the ball a little bit better, we can always still create explosive plays. But I think to answer your question, I think it's yes, how we put together complementary game plans is important, but also we have to recognize how teams are playing us, and then we have to be able to adapt. But there's no question we always are looking to be explosive and want to be efficient.
But defensively, you're glad you guys are limiting explosives on the other side.
Of course. Yeah, one of the things that we do look at, so we'll come in here on Sundays, we go through all the situations. One of them is explosive plays, because when you look at the numbers on who wins the explosive play battle in each game, the percentages are very significant. You add that with turnovers, and then it really becomes significant. So, but there's give and take to all of those things. And so we can't, it's not just one thing, as you know, but every little bit helps. And so I think the guys understand that. On Tuesday practice, we focus on 4 things. The first down battle, which is 4 yards on both sides of the ball. The rushing yards, we got to win the rushing game. Turnovers, and then X plays. And that's a Tuesday. So those guys can all tell you that when we get out there at practice today. And that's not going to change. Call them Bloody Tuesdays around here, so it's about to get cranked up here in about 2 hours.
Ryan, I'm not sure how much you're involving yourself in this, the $2.4 billion private equity deal for the Big Ten. If that goes through, it looks like maybe, say, $190 million for Ohio State right away. I don't know if head coaches have Amazon wish lists, but for the football program, how would you like to
Yeah, Ross said we can use that for all the next class, the whole thing. We're good. So I was really excited when he told me that. I said, well, we're going to put a good class together.
How else would you like to see that used?
Yeah, that's up to Ross. He's been great, and every decision that's made is made kind of like the way we are. We have a short-term focus, but more importantly, we have a long-term focus. And at Ohio State, this is something that has to be stable. We always have to make sure that we're making great decisions for the future right now. Got to win this game right here. That's where the focus is. But we also have to look ahead because we know what the expectation is in the long term. So, he's been great about communicating to me what's going on and, always work to give us everything we need. But at the same time, he's going to make what's the decision that's best for the athletic department and the university. And so I don't think those final decisions have been made, but I know he's right in the middle of it. So is President Carter, and their hard work is much appreciated.
Got time for 2 minutes. Steve Helmike. Yeah, Coach, you were asked about throwing deep after the game. You did throw deep, and it appeared you completed it to Jeremiah Smith, and then he's laying on his back out of bounds, and the ball gets knocked away. I don't know if this is a rule issue or an interpretation issue, but is that too stringent of a standard when he's got 2 feet down in bounds and complete control of the ball, and then a second and a half later, something happens? Did the Big Ten clarify that at all for you?
Well, just, some of those decisions, I think we all could agree could be making an argument either way. And, so we do everything we can to try to get those calls. Some go your way, some don't. But that's why I've just had the mentality, leave no doubt. Like, let's not leave it up to one call. Let's not leave it up to somebody saying either it is or it isn't. And so, nobody can get more frustrated than I can. But at the end of the day, when those situations, they'll just say, well, we're not going to get that call, and so we have to figure out a way to win without it. And that's it. Because it doesn't do us any good to complain about it or anything like that, other than just to make sure that, the league knows that, we're watching and that, we expect to be, the refs to be fair and that's it. So as long as that's the case, then we're good and we're just going to focus on us.
Hey, real quick, Portal, where does this January window leave a kid like Atkinson, who went through spring football at North Carolina, decides that's not for me and wants out? Unless he's a graduate, is he stuck at North Carolina, or what's the story on that?
Yeah, I mean,
can they enforce that? That doesn't seem to me like that would hold up.
Right. I think there's still a lot to be worked through for sure. Yeah. It's something that I know the decision's been made, but like anything else, there's going to be a ripple effect and unintended consequences that we're all going to have to work through, and but that's something we're used to. So we just got to keep pushing forward. That's it.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Compound question. Number one, or first part of it, what would be the ideal time for a transfer portal now that you've studied things, et cetera, or do you have that in mind? And number two, last week you emphasized, hey, this defense is playing really well, but some turnovers. First, some turnovers are really helping. Boom, you got it. What are you emphasizing this week?
Well, it's everything. Whether it's special teams, punt return, kickoff return. I thought we had a nice kickoff return. Got us up to the 35-yard line. It's like you just keep swinging and fighting and cracking at the rock, and eventually it will crack. Or swinging at the rock, and eventually it'll crack. And that's it in all areas. So there's some things that we've seen that we have to continue to improve on. We talked last week. We hadn't got a bunch of turnovers, but we focused on it. We emphasized it, and all of a sudden it popped up. So that's got to be us moving forward. But there's a lot of other areas. As you know what they are. I won't get into them right now, but that's it, and that's the game. So and again, that's the only thing we can do is get back to work. In terms of the portal, yeah, I just felt like it needed to be after the season was over, wherever that is. And there's great conversation in the Big Ten head coaches about some teams are on quarters, some teams are on semesters, some schools graduate sooner than others, and so there was a lot of great discussion on where that window should be, a lot of give and take. But that was the big thing for me, is that the season has to be over, and then at least we can make decisions from there. Again, I won't get into all the details now. We got to worry about Wisconsin. And so maybe there's this conversation for another day, but I do have pretty strong feelings about it. Yeah, thanks. Yep.
You've been listening to the Ryan Day Press Conference on The Fan.
Sponsored by The Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact The Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, the over crushes. We had it at 31-30. Coach was more than willing to keep going on that. So we'll reset. I've enjoyed his press conferences this year. I think this is coming from a guy, Matty, who feels very confident in his coaching skin right now, coming off a national title. Even if they were the same team they were this year, let's say they were doing exactly the same thing, undefeated and where they were. Imagine if there was no 12-team playoff and he didn't make it last year, and we were doing 6 months on, is he the right guy for the job? And so they don't make the playoff. They don't win a national title, but he's still undefeated this year. What are we talking about? How great his team is? No, we're not. We're not. You know what we're talking about? Wait and see. We'll see. We'll see how he does in the big game in November.
Yeah.
So this is a guy, rightfully so, who deserves everything now because he scaled the mountain, planted the flag, and now he doesn't have to entertain these questions, even though he does, on your running game seems a little off, Coach. Well, we're running it pretty efficiently, he said. You know, when it's 3rd and 2 and we run it and we get 3, that's a first down in my book. Like, he's able to answer those questions. And I don't know, and I'm not saying he would dodge them last year, but I think they would get under his skin a little more. I think there would be more pressure. And I'm not saying he doesn't feel pressure. He does. But when he was asked that question by Bill Rabinowitz, 2 things went in my mind when he was asked about Franklin. You know, and he had some nice things to say about James Franklin, which most coaches would compliment guys.
Thanks for those extra wins.
Yeah, and while they played some really tough games against Penn State, and if James would have won one of those or 2 of those, one more, it might have changed the momentum of his program. But he answered in a way like, and then I heard Bill say, you know, if James gets fired and Luke's on the hot seat at Wisconsin, and I looked at you during the press conference, I said, I wonder, what if Ryan Day looks at Bill Rabinowitz right now and answers the question and says, how do you know Luke's on the hot seat? How do you know? You talking to their AD? Like, he could have thrown it right back to him. But anyway, he answered it very nicely. But what he said this year, I don't know if he would have said it exactly this way last year if he doesn't make the playoff. He said, this is what you sign up for. This is what it is. This is the pressure. This is life lessons. You enjoy the successes. If you fail, you pick yourself up. You figure out a plan. You move forward. Like, I'm wondering if he could have answered it that confidently last year. And I think that's why I've really enjoyed these press conferences, because he is now coaching not to win a beauty contest and not to show the country that they're the highest scoring team or that, you know, they can blitz on every play because they just want to wreck teams. Yeah. He's taking 3 points when people wouldn't think he would. Remember, coming off the playoff last year, he turned into go for it Ryan Day, sling it around, no regrets, throw out the playbook. But he's still a coach at heart. And on game day, he still has to be a coach. And I think he's walking that tightrope really well. I've pointed this out for 3 weeks now, and I feel like he's not leaning into where they need to get better in press conferences. He's staying with the unselfish. This is how you win. This is how it's done. Yeah. And the buy-in and all that. And I've kind of enjoyed him.
I'm with you, and I think he always does a good job of relaying the truth. Is it the whole truth and everything he tells his team? Probably not. But I think he's very transparent with how he's feeling and where his team is right now. Like, I never really walk away from listening to his press conferences thinking that he was bull jiving, right? Or he was just BSing and just giving us a whole bunch of stuff that really isn't connecting the dots to what we see. And I think he is being truthful, and I think he does a great job of patting his guys on the back in certain spots, but also acknowledging that this is a marathon and we still got a long way to go. And I think when you can be that type of coach at a program like this, I think it's good, because I think he will always have the attention of his team while knowing that his team knows how good they are, but nobody's getting complacent over there. Like, I don't think we felt an ounce of that from this team, and week in and week out, Coach Day, as the leader of this program right now, I think checks that box time and time again. And that's what you want from a head coach, is knowing that publicly he's saying these things, but I also think what he's saying to us, it's similar to what he's saying to the team. And I think that's a good message to constantly have to your guys.
Well, I'll tell you exactly where I agree with you, and then I'll tell you where I think he is BSing. All right? So I agree with you that he is telling the media and his team how well coached and good Wisconsin is. I do believe he's saying that. Yeah. What I don't believe is that he believes it.
Right.
All right? And so I believe
agree with that.
So when he gets up there and he's asked about Wisconsin, who probably will lose every game the rest of this year and may have quit on their coach last week in a night game against Iowa, for him to get to the podium and say, it's a good team right there. Good players, coach well, play hard.
Play hard. Yeah.
No, come on.
Can I ask a tough question at the presser? What are they good at?
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because they're on their, like, third quarterback, who was like 8 for 21 against Iowa. Not dual threat.
We know what it is, right? Like I think every coach plays that type of card,
and that's what I'm telling you.
They're never going to want to disrespect their opponent publicly. But
and
to your point,
you can't let your team believe that you can go in there and show up and not practice this week. That's why I believe that he is being honest with his team in the way he wants them to think. Yeah. But he knows that he can't have his team let down any week because upsets do happen. But that team's coming off the worst home loss to Iowa in their 100-year history, and you're telling me they're playing hard?
I mean, they may be playing hard.
Coached well?
They may be playing hard, but their level of playing hard never equates to anything good, right? So I'll
They're
give him that.
averaging less than 7 points a game.
That he's seeing
in the
effort.
conference.
He's seeing effort, but it's just not mattering. Because to your point, AR, I mean, Wisconsin's they're in the basement of this conference right now. And like they're 15 points behind Iowa in points per game. And when you're at that point, that is officially hitting rock bottom because that Iowa offense, as we know,
it's worse than whatever.
Tough.
Think of rock bottom, then times it by 10.
They're averaging 15 a game. Iowa's averaging 30.
Wait a minute. They're averaging 15 a game. You're including non-conference. I'm talking about
in the
less
conference.
than 7.
I'm trying to help them out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help them out as much as I can.
My cousin texted me this weekend, and he said, Badgers getting 27.5. Now, we're getting 27.5. Now I think it's down to 26. And he goes, that's too low. Must be a sucker's bet. Someone knows something. And I go, I said to him, that was weird. I go, we thought on the show it should be like 39.5 or higher. And then he writes, I wouldn't take Wisconsin plus 35. 40 maybe, he said. And then this was a great line. It was 11 years ago, you lost taking Wisconsin plus 58.
Okay.
So that's where we may be.
I'll say this, too, because I think he knows, obviously, that they should handle business. But I also think the guys that are playing for him right now, they're not a unit that's going to fall into those traps. Caleb Downs said it on his podcast last week. Like, they realize what happened to Penn State going on the road, and they know that can happen to anybody if you don't go out there and respect your opponent. Like, that's what you have to do. You respect your opponent. You're Ohio State. You're probably going to handle business. You go into this thing thinking, hey, we can do whatever we want. When we want, that's when things can get a little strange. This team doesn't strike me as a team that's going to go into any game with that type of mentality.
No. The one thing that Cole that TLC could have said to me, well, what do you want him to say? That would have been the appropriate response. And I would agree with that. He's not going to the podium saying what I just said. Now, he could have said...
He was thinking it.
He could have said, this would have been the way to be half honest. You know, guys, it's been a tough year for Wisconsin. Injuries have completely robbed them of a chance to have the offense that he wanted to have this year.
Yeah.
But I don't expect that they're going to let us come in there off the embarrassment of what they had last week and lay down. That's being half honest. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably what he anticipates. We come back, we'll dig into a little fool's paradise. And the one quarterback that everybody loved pre-fantasy, is he living up to it? We'll examine it next. Rothman Nights on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan. They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
With autumn's arrival, ISA certified arborists recommend that fallen leaves be left alone or mulched to improve plant health. When leaves decay, they transform into organic matter absorbed by the soil to become moisture to trees through their roots, which helps trees weather drought conditions. Leaves are also a natural habitat for butterflies, chipmunks, earthworms, and others, which increases the population of beneficial insects for the next growing season. To learn more about the benefits of autumn leaves, contact an ISA certified arborist near you by going to trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, so you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spreads, totals, or player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet just $5. It's the only betting app I use. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only. Hey, it's Anthony. Wouldn't you want to drive into the new season with a brand new Honda from Germain Honda of Dublin? You can lease the 25 Honda Accord LX for just $199 a month or finance at 3.99% APR. Or the 26 Honda CR-V LX all-wheel drive, leasing from only $319 a month or finance from 4.99% APR. These fall deals are fantastic. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or you can shop online anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Let's scratch that fantasy football itch. It's Rothman and Ice's Fool's Paradise.
Sponsored by Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right. The Iceman got me this week. I made a bad GM move, and I talked myself into it from last week. I benched Achane. And I put in Javonte Williams, and I took a 23-point pistol whip
back in
because of it. Well, just Achane against the Chargers and Javonte versus Carolina. I like the matchups.
Well, also, too, you couldn't see coming the Atlanta Falcons defense shutting down Buffalo's offense the way that they did last night.
We got
crazy.
Listen, Josh Allen, I got to tell you, he looks confused. He looks bothered. He's not even angry now. He almost looks defeated on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. He doesn't have the support he needs blocking wise, but even when he breaks out mistakes, he's forcing it. Like, it feels off.
They were really aggressive last night, that being Atlanta's defense, and I forgot and was reminded last night that Atlanta's defensive coordinator was the guy that, remember his son was the one that got him in trouble for some draft stuff. Remember that story that came out where he was what was the exact thing that he was releasing? No, it was the prank calls, right?
Yeah. His son,
it was the prank calls.
Jax had He was the mastermind behind a lot,
Yes.
at least one of the prank calls, at least Shador's. There were many prank calls going around.
That was it.
At least Shador's was rooted in Jax Ulbrich getting the phone number through his dad.
And he was a mastermind on defense last night as a play caller. They had them shook, the Buffalo Bills. Couldn't believe.
Standings in the Fan League now. You are third. I am fourth.
Okay. You got me in points, though, big dog. So your team's still doing some good stuff. Got me in points.
But I have Josh Allen on bye this week. So, all right, this is the quarterback I wanted to ask you guys about that I think a lot of people love before the season. And I'm not saying he's flopping, but everyone loved Bo Nix. Like, he was the it guy. And he's behind his touchdown rate from last year. His rushing is a bit less. His TD rate through the first 6 games, I guess, is a little higher, but his late season rate was when he really kicked it in last year. He's not terribly different from last year, but he's not the guy I think people thought he would be. And I'm not saying anybody that has him can't ride it out here. They will, because they have only 2 teams with a pressure rate outside of the top 12. So he's looking like a tough bet to be a QB1. Are you in on Nix as a fantasy 1 quarterback?
I still think he can get there, but it's not as sexy as everybody thought it would be, because last year you're just talking about pretty consistent output of rushing yards from him from the quarterback position, where you could kind of stamp that he was going to get you anywhere between 25 to 40 rushing yards a game. Kind of felt like he was that guy. You're not getting much from him. I was a little concerned about the playmakers before the season started, like Cortland Sutton. You're bringing in J.K. Dobbins, who's kind of a journeyman now at this point in his career, and then you're gassing up a rookie in R.J. Harvey, and we've never seen him do anything at the NFL level. So that was a question for me. So I can't say that I'm shocked that there's a little bit of clunkiness here with Bo Nix, but I think he can clean it up in time, and I still think he'd be a pretty viable fantasy option for you.
Where are you on the other it guy before the draft, which was Travion Henderson, the former Buckeye?
I thought it would be. You know what? I'm glad that you brought this up, because I would love to know the splits and touches right now, because he came onto the scene.
He's less than Ramondre.
Okay, he's less than Ramondre right now, because remember, he opened up his NFL career with taking that kickoff to the house in the preseason. We're thinking, here we go. Vraves is a Buckeye. He's got his Buckeye now. He's going to be rocking and rolling. So
he's turned into a handcuff.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
He's
pretty wild. So the split right now is Ramondre's 51 carries on the year.
He needs him to fumble more.
Travion is at 41, and then Drake May's right behind Travion with 36 carries. So they're spreading the love around between their quarterback and 2 guys. So it's hard to find a no doubt horse at the running back position in fantasy right now. There's only a few of those guys, and so this was always going to be in play for Travion, but I just thought he would at least be out touching Ramondre Stevenson at this point.
By the way, your Vidal Sassoon, pretty good, huh?
Well, I picked them both up last week, right? Between Hassan Haskins, the former Michigan Wolverine, Harbaugh's guy, and then you had Kamani Vidal, and it was just like, okay, throw something at the wall and see what sticks. I unfortunately put Haskins in my lineup, so I got none of the good Vidal stuff, but it does look like if you need some running back help
right now,
go get Kamani Vidal for the Chargers, because Omarion Hampton's still going to be out a couple weeks.
Because you don't look good unless he looks good. Anybody else that you've noticed?
Well, you've got
next man up.
You've got some key injuries going on right now, and involves 2 former Buckeye wide receivers. So you have Emeka. Have not seen how long he's going to be out, but I know it's a hamstring. And then Garrett Wilson looks like he's going to miss a couple weeks as well. And so, like, Kendrick Bourne for the Niners is balling right now. Kendrick Bourne's got a nice connection with Mac Jones, who continues to play pretty well out there.
Ricky's gone, Pearsall.
I don't know if he's done, but he did miss last week, and Jennings is just banged up. So I don't know how they're going to be able to rely on Juwan Jennings week in and week out. And so you can take a swing at Kendrick Bourne. If you want to take a shot in the dark, maybe you take a shot in the dark with any of these Tampa Bay wide receivers.
Here's a stash receiver. I know it's weird in Green Bay, but Watson's coming back.
Randy?
Yes, him
Randy
and
Watson.
Christian. So there's a chance that he could be the weekly, receiver du jour, flavor number 1. Like, it could happen. He's a stash.
No doubt. Yeah. He no doubt is. I picked him up in our league. He's a home run hitter. To me, AR kind of feels like if you're Green Bay, maybe you trade 1 or 2 of these guys. and kind of just clean up that wide receiver. Like, I don't know if it's Romeo Doubs. I don't know if it's Wicks. Reed's coming back. It just feels like they got too many mouths to feed in one room. But, yeah, he and Love have some chemistry. And they paid him. They gave him an extension.
Yeah, that's right. While he was injured, right. The other guy that I would look at, it depending on whether Marvin Harrison's concussion and when he's going to clear, is Zay Jones.
Okay.
More of a streamy guy.
Yeah. Okay.
If something you need.
I mentioned the Tampa Bay wide receiver situation because Godwin doesn't look like his old form. Evans is still going to be out, I think, for a little amount of time. So just Tez Johnson and Sterling Shepard would be the names I would look like, and maybe even Cade Otton at tight end to link up with Baker.
Yeah, what's going to be really interesting is my problem in Kansas City, because with Rashee Rice back and Hollywood Brown, who was very good the other night on Sunday, because Brown was running his number 3 already, and now Rashee is back. So I really am very curious to see with Worthy, Rashee, Brown, Kelsey, where
I think the pecking order in some fashion is going to be Rice and Worthy. You may have stumbled into
them both this week.
That's what I was going to say. You may have stumbled into the wide receiver version of what you did years ago with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, because Mahomes is on a heater right now.
Yeah,
and so that ball's going to be flying around to both those guys a lot. You may be able to get away with
because I don't know if Mike Evans is coming back
anytime soon.
Yeah.
Anytime soon. Who knows?
All right. Anytime soon is now at the top of the hour. The very first Blue Jacket ever drafted, Rusty Klesla, in studio. Next, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Tinny.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loads and no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey friends, Beamer here. In the spirit of Halloween, Awaken 180 is offering free consultations. Learn how scary fast and how scary easy losing weight can be. For mine, I brought all the questions, and in the end, Awaken 180 was an absolute no-brainer for me. Determine if Awaken 180 is right for you. The free consultations end October 31st. Reserve by phone only at 844-346-1800. For details and the number, visit awaken180weightloss.com. Scary easy with scary fast results.
It's officially fall at Firehouse Subs. The Thanksgiving turkey sub is back. This sub brings all the flavors of the Thanksgiving table into one crave-worthy bite. Stacked high with premium carved turkey, rich stuffing, and cranberry sauce. Add a side of warm, savory gravy for ultimate holiday comfort. Hurry to Firehouse Subs today and try the Thanksgiving turkey sub before it's gone. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last. Planning a tailgate or game day spread? Firehouse Subs Catering makes it easy to feed the whole crew.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable affordable than ever. And PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Game 2 of the NLCS tonight. Dodgers at the Brewers at 8:08. LA won Monday's opener 2-1. ALCS resumes Wednesday in Seattle as the Mariners lead the Blue Jays 2-0. NHL, Blue Jackets fell to the Devils 3-2 in their home opener Monday. Goaltender Jet Greaves on starting the home opener in front of over 18,000 fans.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was awesome. I mean, anytime we get the opportunity to play in front of these fans here, it's always so fun. Tonight was no different. It was great. You know, the festivities before the game and just the support of the fans all night was awesome. It's too bad we couldn't get a win for them, but it was great.
NFL, former Chargers head coach Mike McCoy will serve as the Titans' interim head coach after Brian Callahan was fired Monday. This update sponsored by Green & Sons, family owned and operated for over 45 years. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville in Raymond.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan.
We'd like to thank the city of Calgary for tremendous hospitality, and to the fans of Columbus, Ohio, welcome to the National Hockey League to Columbus. The Columbus Blue Jackets are pleased and proud to select, with their first pick ever in the history of the Blue Jackets Hockey Club, from the Brampton Battalion, Rusty Klesla.
Huge defenseman, 6'2", 200 pounds, shoots left. Rusty Klesla is from Prague. He left home at the age of 16 on the advice of his agent to play in Sioux City, Iowa of the U.S. Hockey League, and then he moved into the Ontario Hockey League. Rafi Torres, his teammate with the battalion, says of Klesla, he's not afraid of nothing.
There he is, not afraid of nothing. 25 years ago, June 24th, the Calgary Saddledome, Jackets' first ever draft pick. And he's with us now in studio from the Brampton Battalion, Rusty Klesla. Did Doug McClain butcher that a little bit? Because it went to Klesla pretty quickly, and then the guy said Rostislav. He said Rostislav Klesla. You probably were blanked at that point, but welcome into the studio, my man. Good to see you.
Hey, guys. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. Well, yeah, I think Doug... sometimes he just was overwhelmed on something, so he screwed up the name, but we all knew who that is, so I didn't really care.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for your time. In that clip, you know, we hear that you left home at 16 years old. Talk about that headspace and where you were at leaving at that young of an age and what that did for your career.
Yeah, that was... back in the day, it was 16. It was early, and it was just totally different kind of way to get to U.S. Because mostly the Czech players were in the league and until like 18, let's say, and drafted and go over here. But I had my dream was so strong throughout the years that I just noticed, well, I have a chance to go to U.S. Junior League and I just like, oh wow, this is the chance. I have to go. 16. I said I'm gonna try to battle through it, and I got to the team. Didn't speak much of English. The style was totally different, but I had to battle. To kind of get the feet under me, and ever since then, then I got to Brampton, ready for the important year where it was my draft year. And I put myself in a situation that I was, I was being drafted top 5, no matter what, I think. And then Columbus took me 4th, and that was the beginning of the journey.
We weren't sure you were going to be available. I remember being there and not sure you were the first defenseman taken. And first of all, I wanted to ask you about the pressure you felt at that point? There wasn't a lot of pressure for us to win in the first year. 25th anniversary, as we're talking with Rusty Klesla here in studio. Original jacket, first one taken, 4th overall in 2000. Did you feel pressure as a young guy? Because I remember Doug gets on the mic in an interview right after that and said, we expect him to make our team. We expect him to play. Now, we were in expansion, so we had the expansion draft and then your draft. But what did he say to you about what they expected of you, and did you feel pressure to make the club right away and be a factor?
Well, Doug McLean always had a high expectation, which is good, and I felt at that age that obviously I didn't really think of because I didn't know the players or the defensemen that were on the team. I knew just their names, obviously, but I didn't know how good they are or how good I am. So I just came to preseason. I had a good preseason. And I saw, well, these guys, I can play. I can be better than these guys. And this is me talking to myself. Like now I can tell you that. But and then I started to the first game, and then we started the season. And I, as an 18-year-old, I thought I played well, and I don't think there was a defenseman that was playing that much better. We had a couple of guys I think struggling. Then I said, well, no, I think I play okay. And I didn't really think of any pressure. Like you ask. I just wanted to play my hockey. And too bad that we only won, I think, one game. From those 8, maybe one tie, and then they decided to send me back to junior,
right?
Which is sometimes things to do and maybe get develop a little bit more. So I was kind of mad. I was pissed, to be honest, because I thought I can play, I can be on that team. But I understood, I took it as it was, and I had a good year back the second year in juniors. We won the World Junior title with Czech Republic. So it was, and then I came back when I was 19 and made a team and made an impact, I think, since that. But, then, Doug or somebody told me, well, we had to send you back because we were scared you're going to make the bonus money on your contract.
Oh, no.
So,
because that's honest. But.
Yeah, but that's, I have only, good memories of that. And I think the first year ended up pretty well. And it was decent first year. The guys battled hard that year. And that's kind of how my start was. But I didn't really feel pressure. I always put pressure on myself that I wanted to play good. I wanted to be a big part of the organization and, wanted to be the best defenseman, on that team. That's kind of what I felt like.
The Jackets right now have one of the best defensemen in the sport, as you know, and Zach Werenski. Just from your perspective, knowing what it takes to play at a high level, what are you seeing right now from Z and why he's really rounding into form and becoming one of the best in the entire sport?
Oh, yeah, like Zach is a great defenseman. I enjoying watching him. He's a great skater. He has a great skill, but great vision. That's the thing that he sees a play ahead, maybe 2 plays ahead, just like the great players do. But I think, it's really for him, he's got to be a top player every game for Blue Jackets to be successful, because, he's one of that player, and that's pressure, that's tough job, because you don't have, I would say this year, the top players. The players are really good. They're really up to speed. But, that's the way I think it's going to be important that Zach plays great and, carries the team. So it's pressure. Can't really take nights off for him.
He's the original two-way defenseman. Rusty Klesla with us, more than 500 games played. And he's in for Alumni Week, 25th anniversary. I assume you were there last night. What is your vision of when you first got here and what it has become? Can you even describe what it was like for you 25 years ago and what you were looking at now this week and last night?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a lot of years, 25. I was here, let's say, 15 years ago, still. So, but it was similar to the day one. There was only a few changes, and now I mean, yeah, it looks great. It's I think the whole league has changed, dramatically. It's as the tempo of the whole world kind of goes quickly. Then the NHL kind of get on the train and kind of is, I don't want to say putting pressure on NFL or MLB, but it was always hockey was kind of way behind, and I didn't know why. Even coming from hockey world in let's say in Europe and Czech, and it was I think now the hockey is kind of closing the gap, as I would say. And the same with with the Blue Jackets and all the other organizations. So it's great to see, the arena and all the entertainment. It's just really good. So I think for the fan to watch and to be part of it is really good. And the changes, yeah, I think I really like it. I think players on the Blue Jackets are really. Treated well. They have all the stuff they need, and I think it's the best way to show on the ice. So I hope that this year is going to be the year that after a while there will be a playoffs in Columbus.
Yeah, it took us 14 years to win one playoff game, and then it took us 19 years to win a series. So, but now it feels like this is they're growing the right way again. And they're right there, 2 points away from making the postseason last year. I'm going to ask your buddy Todd Chirac, who's sitting to your right. Can I keep him for another segment? Can you stick around for a few minutes? Because I want to play Rusty Klesla plays Rusty Klesla trivia with the Jackets. I want to know how much he knows about his own history here. And before we take a break, you said that we can talk about it now. Like there are things now, it's 25 years ago. How mad were you when we traded you? And what did Scott Howson say to you?
You know what? Like I said, this is like I was here 10 years, and I think at the time I wanted to do good. I wanted to play well. I wanted the Blue Jackets do well. But it was, kind of we couldn't find the right recipe, or the GM or whoever, it was, everybody was trying hard, but it was just not meant to be. So at the time when I was traded, I said, yeah, I could maybe feel it in my bones, and maybe it was the right time to do for me and for the Blue Jackets after that while. So I was now, I didn't feel any, I didn't feel bad things, I thought it's the way to move on. And I wish the Blue Jackets well, and that's and I had a few good years in Phoenix back in the day, so no hard feelings, and it's the way the sports. I think 10 years on one team is great, but like I said, at the same time, I played 9 seasons here, only one playoff, so looking back, that's the only one thing that I wish that changed and we could battle more, because the playoff hockey is just the best hockey. You just and even myself, I love to play hard, and in playoffs, I just put everything out there and try to be the best player. So that's the only thing that was kind of or that could have been better. Making the playoffs and having more wins. So I didn't mind that trade. No hard feelings.
Okay, yeah, that's a good answer. Rusty Klesla, how well does he know himself in Blue Jackets lore? Find out next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hockey is back. You're listening to Blue Jackets Week. Proud to be your flagship home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks, and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone here for Window Nation. Columbus, October is here, and with good weather comes more home improvement projects. Do you have old, stuck, or cracked windows that you've been putting off replacing? Well, Window Nation Columbus can help. This month, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 more for free. There's no limit to how many windows you replace, and your total price includes 1-day installation. With Window Nation, you also won't have to make any payments for 2 years, which is a big deal with the holiday season coming up. And did I mention you could celebrate your newly upgraded home with 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game? What other company in Columbus would thank you for replacing all your windows in your home with a fun experience like that? Put an end to your window problems before this beautiful fall weather ends. Now through October 31st, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free now, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With Window Nation, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit windownation.com today to start your free estimate. That's windownation.com.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Another sunshiny day for us across central Ohio. Afternoon highs getting into the mid-70s, and then for tonight, mostly clear with overnight lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday will be mostly sunny. However, it will be significantly cooler as daytime highs only get in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony sometimes likes to sit and stare at his bundle of Emmy Awards. Unfortunately, it's through the glass of the pawn shop. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
25th anniversary of your Columbus Blue Jackets. And the man who heard his name called first in that summer of 2000 is with us now. He is Rusty Klesla, the 4th overall pick from the Brampton Battalion. Did we Americanize that real quickly? Who started calling you Rusty?
That was in Sioux City, Iowa. I came, as we talked about, at 16, and Rusty Slav was too long for them. So they said, the family I stayed with started calling me Rusty, and that was, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Rusty Nails.
Okay.
What did you think of Iowa when you were there?
Oh, man, that
Heaven.
was... heaven. Coming from Czech, which it was
heaven?
98, I came. And, from Czechoslovakia back in the day, everything was kind of slow, and the development of the state was kind of still developing. So me coming to U.S., and I was in the U.S. actually in Colorado at 96 for the tournament. So I had an idea, and for me as a 16-year-old, I loved it, man. Like I just crashed the pops, and the teammates were like, "Holy shit, what are you doing?" And it was just so like new everything for me. So back in the day, I loved it. It was good. I didn't really care. There's potatoes and farming everywhere.
Yes.
And the league was pretty good. It was a tough league, man.
Okay.
So I had to adjust really quick.
Did you? I was thinking about back in the time when you came into the league real fast. Were the big body veteran, did they bully some young guys back in your time, or was that even not soon enough? What I mean is back in the 80s, hockey was,
It was like that. It was going on. And you just
tougher then, even in your time in 2000 than now?
In 2000 was tougher, back in you had to push back. Even if you're in Czech or if you're in the U.S., it was always it depends, of the chemistry of the room. If you have assholes on the team that, create something and then the room doesn't take care of it and they let it go, then it's tough for, let's say, young guys or some, guys that are, don't have that strength to push back. So it's all about the nature of the locker room. But, you have to kind of battle for yourself, and for me, being a Czech guy trying to take somebody's job, here, then obviously you have to kind of have your elbows sharp. So I try to do that, and I think I did a fair job of that. And once you kind of show that, then they respect you a lot more and help you out. So, but that's just the way it is, and you have to kind of battle with those stuff sometimes too.
You still skating?
I still stay. Yeah, I still skate once a week, and after I was done, I think it's enough. I kind of for a year and a half, I didn't want to see hockey. Then I kind of missed it, and I went to coaching for 4 years and coached professional hockey in Czech. Then couple of years coach the kids, and now. Just kind of keep myself and some business I do and skate once a week, and it's enough. And it kind of alumni for a professional.
Sure.
Used to be players.
Okay. Well, Saturday should be fun. Your former coach, former players, former teammates. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, it will be fun. I think it's good that Blue Jackets do that and they spread it out. They don't do just one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first time it's going to be a special. But then I think we're going to see it 5 more times, I think. And it's just good that the fans and the city will see that through the whole season and recognize, what Mr. Max started here 25 years ago, which is that's why we're here and we talk about it. There was a hell of a man.
It was good. Listen, the 20th was COVID. So it was brutal. We, now, so 25, we got to live it up.
Oh, yeah.
Because we missed our 20th. All right. How well does Rusty Klesla know Rusty Klesla trivia with the Jackets? Little video game, little game show music. All right. Where do you rank in games played as a defenseman for the Jackets? What number are you? Amount of games played as a defenseman.
I would think maybe number 4.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Can you name the other 3 that are above you?
I think
bonus points.
Feder Tutin.
Toots was above you.
Savard.
Savvy was above you. I think he's 1.
And Varinsky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, you're flying now. Now we go for big money. Points as a defenseman, where do you rank in the Jackets? Points as a defenseman.
Points, games was fourth. I would say could have been better for sure. I don't know, 7?
6th. You shorted
Close.
yourself.
Okay.
Z, Toots. Seth. Seth Jones would be
okay.
2.
Yeah.
Toots, Savvy. Jack Johnson is right above you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Penalty minutes.
As a defenseman?
You love to shake it. Yes, as a defenseman, all time for the Jackets. Where do you rank?
Probably 2nd.
Again, you shorted yourself. You're not only are you number 1, but you're number 1 by a mile.
Oh, okay.
All right. Toots had 351. You had 508.
Oh, okay.
Z's like 17th. So you are you own the tough man.
Okay. I thought Savvy's up there.
All right. You're still up. You're still up in the game. How many goals did you score as a Jacket?
As a Jacket, there will be, let's say, I don't know, 44?
41. Okay. You're tied with Savvy for 3rd. Z has 114. All right. This is weird. Why were you taking faceoffs as a defenseman?
I don't know. I wanted to take faceoffs.
You did?
3-on-3. When the centerman got kicked out, I wanted to go there. I remember that.
All right. Your career percentage in draws. What's your percentage of what your winning percentage on faceoffs? You didn't take a ton, but I remember you took some, and I thought, why is a defenseman taking faceoffs? But you did. What was your percentage? Draw percentage?
Well, I remember I was taking some because I always wanted to take it when there was I don't know, so and I did well. I know I did well. I remember I was counted there.
You were?
Maybe 75, 70%.
That's good enough. 78%.
Oh, okay.
7 of 9 on draws, this guy.
No way. Nice.
All right, before we let you go, now the bonus question. Extra credit. Who scored the very first road goal in Jackets history?
First road goal. So that was in Calgary. And I think I scored the second there. First, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Say it. Just say it.
Was it me?
Yes, just say it, damn it. Say it.
First away. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know.
First road goal.
You're the man.
Who'd you beat?
Mike Vernon.
Yes, Mike Vernon.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done, man. I think you scored at home, too, against San Jose.
Yeah. Nabokov. Yeah, that was a good goal.
Great move around who?
Marlowe.
Patrick Marlowe.
Yeah. I just
Look at
watched
this.
that video like maybe a month ago.
It's a great move.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Welcome back.
Yep.
This is really
Thanks.
cool. That was great. Todd was obviously following you when you got drafted there. I was there covering it for Channel 6. To have you back and to have you feel the emotion and energy from being the one thing they'll never take away. You were the first ever Jacket, 25th anniversary. Enjoy this week, Rusty.
Good to be here. Thank you, guys. Enjoy yourselves.
Thanks, Rusty.
Rusty Klesla from the Brampton Battalion. First original Blue Jacket in the draft. We come back with our friend Tyvis Powell to break down the Browns next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Breaking Down the Browns with Tyvis Powell.
All right, that was a blast, by the way. And the streamers got a little more color than the on air.
Love it.
I was going to say, when Rusty said, I had to keep my elbows sharp to play back then, I was like, well, you're keeping our producer sharp, too, because of the colorful comments. So,
hey, radio listeners don't even know.
We talked about this a week ago. Times have changed. Let it flow. Maybe take your hand off the dump button every now and then. See what happens.
And sometimes people think they're on podcasts when they're on radio shows.
Bam, you nailed it. All right, Tyvis, great to have you, my man. Sorry you had to, we're usually on time for you, like right on time. So you're used to that. Did you hear Mike Tomlin's his little questions of the Flacco trade to Cincy? Did you hear that comment?
Oh, yeah, who did hear it?
All right, so give me your take on it, because I think he showed his hand. I think he's upset that not that he thinks he can't beat Flacco, but I think he showed his hand. I think he wasn't really ripping Barry more than he was like, okay, I'd prefer to play Browning. What do you think?
I think it was all the above. I think he's upset at the fact that the Pittsburgh was going to run away with this thing easily. And he's never had a loser's mentality. A loser's mentality is what the Browns have just done. By why would you help your in-division opponent? That don't make no sense to him. It makes no sense because he's always thinking about winning. So why would he don't care if the team was 0-10. Why would he ever help them? He's more of a kick them while they down type of guy. And that's what you got to be. This is a dog-eat-dog world, and that's just where he is.
I have a text from one of my friends that's a Browns fan that says, please ask Tyvis today whether or not he thinks Kevin Stefanski needs to give up play calling, because I think he does. So what are your thoughts on that there may be some Browns fans out there that are looking at this offense and saying, we need to change it up, let Tommy Rees run the show and give him, all the power to run this offense right now. You in on that?
My thing with that is I'm not opposed to a change on the play caller. Obviously, he came out today or yesterday and said that he wasn't giving it up. I'm not opposed to it. My thing is they have nothing. There's nothing you can do. The offensive line is just that bad. The playmakers on the outside are just that bad. The only good thing about your offense is Quinshon Judkins. Now, if you want to be mad at him for not giving Quinshon Judkins the ball more, with you, I'm 100% behind that. But as far as designing plays and scheming up things, listen, I said the same thing, and then I watched all 22. The way shout out to Dylan Gabriel for being tough and being able to take all them hits, because boy, it was only him. It ain't nothing. You can block it with 7, and that ain't enough.
No, and if he could get his guys to catch the ball, it would be a little better, too. I mean, if he's going to take those hits, at least catch it for him. This is not crazy surprising, is it? I mean, the offseason, all we heard about the growth, the strategic pivot, this is where they are, NFL's youngest roster, 14 rookies trying to rebuild here. Are they worse than you thought they'd be, or is this where you thought they'd be?
No, it's definitely worse than I thought they'd be. Now, don't get me wrong, there was not a lot of high expectations. I was the only lunatic saying they was going to go 8-9. I was the only one. So anybody else shouldn't even be upset by this, because we knew coming into this season that they weren't going to be good. It's just crazy to see it in real time on how bad they actually are. I think that, like I said, this season is about the young guys anyway, looking at the development of those young guys. But when you go back to the draft, it started with the draft. When you go back to the draft and you see that knowing that your team ranked 32nd in the NFL in offense and your first 2 picks in the draft is defensive, that kind of told you right there what it was going to be. Don't get me wrong. They hit on the quick shot. Junkins, Harold Fanning seemed like a player. You know, I talked to Mary Kay today, and, you know, their plan was to start Kenny Pickett, and obviously injuries happen, and then things just downward spiral. My thing with this whole regime is they never have planned for the worst. That's their problem. Every time because every season something bad's going to happen, and the next person to step up has never been good enough, and that's just what it's been. I think that they was bamboozled going into this season because they figured, no, I don't like to do Buckeye on Buckeye crime, and this is going to come off as disrespectful, but I mean no disrespect. But they went into the season believing that DeJuan Jones would be their premier left tackle. Obviously, he had an injury history since he's been in the league. That happened again. Yeah. They should have had a backup plan. You thought they did with Tevin Jenkins, but he hasn't even repped that tackle. He's been a guard. So you missed on that. And then you thought Jerry Jr. would be your bona fide receiver one because with Jameis, he looked as if he was a wide receiver one. That backfired. So you didn't address the wide receiver position. And here we are.
Yeah, I hear you. You brought up the offensive line a couple times, and I'm sure you saw the report coming from Adam Schefter over the weekend that the Brownies may be on board with trading some of these offensive linemen. So that could get worse. Like he mentioned Njoku, he mentioned Bitonio, Wyatt Teller has been out there. Your thoughts on that possibility of them even stripping down that offensive line to the studs even more?
Well, they're in a situation where they're going to lose all of those guys, whether they're retirement or free agency next year. So if you're trading them, that's just you trying to get ahead of that and maybe get some picks, or maybe you're trying to get a guy that's on salary. That's the same thing they did with G. New. The Tyson Campbell and G. New trade was nothing but a guy that was already going to be on salary for the next couple of years. You could control him for the next 2 years to where G. New, you were left with the decision that you would have to pay him. Same thing with that offensive line. There's going to be guys that you're either going to have to pay or let walk. Because, like I say, 4 of those guys, I think it's Bitonio's retiring allegedly, Pochik's contract is up, Jack Conkling's contract is up, and Wyatt Teller's contract is up. So you would have to re-sign those guys. If you don't think those guys, the way that they all play, you need to get a whole new 5 to begin with, so it ain't a bad idea. But if you do want to say you want one of those guys to stick around, because it would be hard to just start with 5 fresh new offensive linemen with no chemistry, no camaraderie there. So if you want to resign one of them, all right, cool. But yeah, the other 2, you're gonna lose 3 out of the 4.
Lowest scoring offense in the league, 3rd worst point differential in the league, but they do play Miami and they're favored to win. And it's weird because McDaniel moves up a rung on the hot seat now. I didn't think Stefanski would be on the hot seat, but I think this is a game he doesn't want to lose. He's allowed to lose a lot this year, but I almost think this is the one that would feel weird if he did.
I mean, listen, if you look at the schedule, when the schedules first came out or was released, people predicted the Browns to be 0-6 in the first 6 games. They did a little bit better than that. They went 1-5. Now the hard part of the schedule is over. Now they actually got games that they actually can win, you know. And if they don't, I think that the standard is 3 games. You can't go no lower than 3 games because your owner has come out and said we got to do better than 3 wins. So I think that if they get somewhere and find a way to get 4, I think that they're safe for another year because I think that everybody understood what was going on. You know, somebody put it to me like, all right, let's say that Jimmy Haslam was the reason that they got Deshaun Watson. Well, my thing is nobody ever paid for the decision of Deshaun Watson not working. You know, if you go around the NFL and somebody makes a terrible trade like that and it doesn't work, somebody gets fired, whether it's the head coach or the general manager. In this case, nobody ever got fired from the situation. So I think that maybe they looking at it, maybe Jimmy's like, you know what, it's on me. I'm not going to fire y'all. And I can't really blame y'all because there's nothing that we can do with the cap situation. So I'm going to give y'all these years. Again, you got to remember, 29, the dome is opening. The only thing they really care about is making sure that that dome is packed game 1 because that's your moneymaker. You just put down $2.4 billion. You're trying to get some of that money back. So to me, they punting on these next few years anyways because you can't do nothing to Deshaun's off the book anyway.
They don't want to. They're not going to worry about the new stadium is going to sell itself. Like people are going to want to be the first one in the building. They're going to want to be the first season in there. I think no matter what team they put on the field, I wouldn't worry about filling Brook Park.
It would be better if they, in 28, 28, they're going to do one of those farewell tours on the stadium. They're going to try to be really good, try to get that first round, that home game in the playoffs, seeing that there's never been a home playoff game in Browns history at that stadium downtown. So for a go-away gift, for a farewell gift, they're going to get one of them, be a good team. So people are excited for 29, and it's just packed every game. That's my thing. That's my thought.
You going to guarantee victory this weekend?
Never.
Okay.
I almost want to take Miami plus the points, but due to the fact that I'm an NFL employee, it is illegal for me to do that. So, therefore, I will be doing no such thing. But if I could, I would take Miami plus the points.
I was just trying to help you get him to the 8 wins that you predicted. I was just trying to help you get there.
That's over. That ship has sailed.
All right, my man.
Reality has set in, my friend.
All right, well, go down with the ship, buddy. You're a loyal guy.
Well, you see, even Devin Brown found a boat and got on it and got up out of here. So I'm on his ways.
All right, my man. Good to have you as always, buddy. Be well. Thanks for picking us over your wife today.
Go Bucks, go Browns. Hey, camp start next week. 8 days away. Let's go.
Next Wednesday, baby. Hey, we're starting injured. Don't love that, but
so is everybody else in the East.
It's about how you finish.
That's right. And look, they got to play their bully next week. It's the Knicks, and we know how that goes when they play. So they're dealing with Debo right out of the gate.
All right, Jeff.
See you, buddy. We won the phone war with his wife, apparently.
And you know
she
what?
called, and he said, sorry, got to go. Rothman and Ice.
Exactly.
All right, guys, if you don't have the energy of a Tyvis Powell that he's bringing every day, then maybe something's off, and it could be aging. You could chalk it up to that if you want, but if you feel your energy slipping away, it could be low T, and it might be draining things that make you and feel good. Doesn't have to be that way. The solution may be testosterone replacement therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. They're going to use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone to increase your level that's just right for you. Not one size fits all. They are the only providers that accept most major insurance, or one of the only, and they make it affordable and easy for you to start and stay on the treatment. And that's the important thing, for you to find out where you are. So I've been telling you for years, go to one of the conveniently located centers, right, or Gahanna or Dublin, and you can be treated at the clinic, or it can be at home as well. But it starts with that simple, quick, free test at the center. You're a guy, you're curious, you want to know where you land on that scale, and if it's the answer you've been looking for, you'll get results in about 20 minutes. So for a limited time, you can visit any Synergenics or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation and the free T-test, and automatically enter for a chance to win either autographed sports memorabilia or maybe even a pair of tickets to a big event around town. Just get back to feeling like you again. So go to trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com and book your appointment today. We'll come back with a Buckeye Bulletin. Ryan Day on his running game. How does he feel about it? You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
In the spirit of Halloween, ooh, spooky, Awaken 180 is offering free consultation all month long. Find out how scary fast you'll lose the weight for free. Call 844-346-1800.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what they have to climb over, walk through, or move out of the way. All you have to do is point.
If it's under the house, in the attic, or in the top of a tree, all you have to do is point.
If it's broken, if it's heavy, if it cannot be explained, all you have to do is point.
We're sending you an expert truck team from the world's largest and most highly trained
full-service junk removal company.
So please, don't try to help them.
To see the magic,
all you have to do
is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who have made an impact for people of all abilities. This week, we would like to honor Caden Cox. Caden made history as the first person born with Down syndrome to play and score in a college football game. His remarkable journey was featured on ESPN's College Game Day, and his football memorabilia is proudly displayed in the Chick-fil-A College Football Hall of Fame. This Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and The Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Dormar, you're planet hero. When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Timmy Hall and AI Common Man here for Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
This ain't one of them, Timmy.
It's not the show, it's a spot. All October, we're watching our football team on Saturdays and the tailgate buffet.
Ooh, Mikey likey. Plus, they've got the 3 apps for $12 deal, and you can beat the crowds and reserve a table.
Yes, do that at HollywoodColumbus.com, and we got a special offer this month. Become a new member of our rewards program on the ESPN Penn Play app and get a $20 dining credit.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Jameson Whiskey and Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Let's check the spread. Currently 26 now. Ohio State is favored at Wisconsin. 3:30 on Saturday with an over-under of like 41.5. So
that's come down since yesterday, right, AR?
The over-under?
No,
maybe 26.5.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was a hook on it.
Yeah, it's not past that key number of 28. I mean, it started 27.5, so it was just under the 4 touchdowns. But
yeah, I want you to play Coach
weird that
Day
it's
for
going
me.
that way.
Can you play Coach Day for me real quick? Like if I was at the presser today and I said, "Hey, Coach, you're favored by more than 3 touchdowns in this game. You think you're going to
almost 4?
Almost 4. You think you're going to cover?"
You're kind of getting banged around a little bit.
That would be the answer.
We worked hard on our blitzes.
What do you
You're
think?
unbelievable.
What do you think his response to me would have been?
You think? Well,
somebody get him out of here.
It's not like he didn't talk about money at all today, because when Gerds asked him about the equity deal for $190 million, he's like, "Yeah, I already talked to Ross. We're going to spend it all on players." And you know what? In a weird way, and I looked at you in a weird way. It didn't make me sad. It was one of those defeatist things. I just had to kind of like exhale, like, okay, this is where we are. like what he said wasn't like crazy to think about where the money's going to go. And I know these guys put their athletic lives on the line every time they step on that field.
Yeah.
And so I get it. But when you start thinking about players making more than coaches in college or what this is, and back in the day, like if some guy drove into the lot with a really fancy car, it was like,
what's going on here?
Like, get the news out there. Something's going on. Somebody's getting some stuff under the table.
Yeah.
Now, you know, whether it's coach, player, whatever, and you assume it's player, but when he said, yeah, 190, let's just spend it all on next year's recruiting class.
It's definitely the keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
You got to do it as a program. You have to do it as a conference. That's why the Big Ten is cooking up this new deal that's supposed to bring in a couple $1 billion. And so they don't want to, give up some of the power that they have around the sport right now. It's the Big Ten. It's the SEC. For the most part, they're running things, and they're going to look at the SEC and either try to keep up with what they're doing or exceed what they're doing. And so I have to imagine not only Ryan Day, but a lot of the coaches around the conference are pretty happy about this new deal that's been cooked up because there's just even more money now coming in. And when you're Ohio State, you're going to have guys at the top end of your roster like a Jeremiah Smith, and think about what Julian's probably going to be making next year, right? Where he gets to take another lap around the track as the quarterback. Like, yeah, it's a financial game that I can't imagine a lot of people thought you would have to play decades ago, but it's an absolute and it's a must if you want to continue to have success.
But it's not a competitive advantage, right? Because everybody in the Big Ten, I assume, is splitting it equally?
It's my guess. I don't know.
That's an assumption.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah. And then that comes into the play with kind of what you already have in-house, right?
I don't know.
And your ability to have the money that you're talking about and pair that with...
And what are you giving up to get the money?
Your collectives. I don't know. No idea.
I don't know what like private equity means.
I don't know. Yeah. They just want to control everything then? Like they are pulling the strings?
What it feels like
the
to me.
puppet master then on the whole deal?
Yeah.
It feels...
So it's like what,
I said, it just feels off, but we're...
I will say this. I have not caught myself at any point in time watching a game on Saturday and thinking, man, this guy's making that money. I think when the games start for me,
that's right.
It kind of flushes away, but the sticker shock is still there for me when these stories pop up to really wrap your mind around guys at that age making the money that they're making. But the flip side of that, we've been talking for years and years and years about these universities, these coaches, these ADs. They're making all this money, and the players weren't getting their cut of the pie. And so I don't know if it's exactly where we need to be.
I'm just saying, you start bringing people into this that are private investors that will have a say and will be driven by bottom line stuff, and they start running like a company, and it just starts to feel off. It already does feel a little bit off, but you're right. When the ball gets kicked in the air on Saturday, your mind goes right to the sport, and they're all playing it presumably very tough. And it's so all these discussions between that are college athletic conferences, not just the Big Ten, with these private equity firms are it's unbelievable.
If that company that's pulling the strings, if they have an anti-transfer portal agenda, then I support this 100%.
Well, I think they would have an agenda that would be based upon how they get a return on the money versus, or how they feel like they can get a return on what they're doing.
Yeah, because if you and I or the three of us are in one of these, situations where we would be throwing out millions of dollars and let's say we paid for player
Billions,
X, $4 million or whatever it is, and we're seeing that guy not play a lot or not play at all or not getting the ball when he's in or whatever, like maybe that shifts our mind thinking, is this money well spent? Right? Like I would love to know the inner workings of how that all is working, because I think to your point, AR, like these people are cutting some hefty checks.
Yeah.
So
Bo talks about, I think he calls it booster fatigue. Like when does that set in? To the point of like, where is your money going specifically? Is it going to the quarterback who's making all the plays, or is that somebody else's money? And then I know obviously it's all being pulled together.
Right, yeah.
But when you hear that you're spending so much money and then you see that half of the recruiting class didn't even make it to year 3, it's like, okay, I like where half my money went, but the other half is playing for a bunch of different football teams I don't care about.
I don't know.
who knows?
State laws that are governing these public universities are going to get involved and have to. It just doesn't feel right. It feels off, but I understand where we are.
It's like just feels, man. That's what it feels like to me.
These are educational institutions, though. This isn't the pros.
No, I'm just thinking it's mirroring so much.
Don't give me the stop. I'm just giving you a fact.
Institutions. It was always a joke whenever ESPN would put up graphics. 6'4" linebacker, 225 pounds, communication major. No one cares what he's studying.
Well, you may not.
Educational no one cares about their grades as long as they're
not
academically
every guy
eligible.
is going pro. Not every guy.
I think. Are you speaking from a fan's perspective?
Do you want I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, that the packaging of student athlete is over. I get that, but
or are you saying, TLC, that it was never there, really? Like, nobody really...
I'm just saying we don't care. We don't care about their futures and beyond college football. Unless they're going pro and we're watching them play pro football.
It was the way to
in which case, then I care.
It was the way to tie into the featurey part of it, that this guy was the molecular genetics guy, or this guy was right. Not only is he good at sports, but he's smart too.
I think what we've come to here is that AR, you may be invested in that just a little bit.
No, he's
care
not.
Just a little bit, and you don't care at all.
No,
here's what I'm saying.
He's putting in a whole different category.
You should be able to major in football. Football is a profession. Just because it's unlikely that you get there doesn't mean that it's not a profession. So you can major in whatever field you want to, and if you want to take other classes, you can double major. So football and business, football and whatever, something in the medical field. But if all you want to do is go to college to play football, that is preparation for a profession that is football. And so if you don't make it, that's on you. How many people have a degree in something that they don't actually follow through with? I'll raise my hand. I'm one of them.
They're out there. That's for sure.
So who cares? Get in the end zone, damn it.
Okay.
Help me cash it on this parlay.
He's the fan.
No.
He's the fan. He ties his emotions to the victories, and I get it. He doesn't care about the human being. He just admitted, I care whether you score a touchdown. I don't care about the human being, or whether you have a plan B or a plan C, or if you flunk out. I care whether you score, and if you don't make the pros, then go empty my garbage.
Well, you know what? There are a lot of other students at Ohio State that we do not talk about and care about. Sorry.
Where was I? I don't remember.
Let's be honest.
Tyler Danberg's ready to do his update over there.
Is he all ready?
He's a man over there.
Ohio State's average GPA in your update today? Hold on, let me turn you up. Do you have any Big Ten standings for any GPAs that we can discuss in this 2 o'clock update?
Any Director Cup standings?
Learfield Directors Cup, they finished top 5 last year.
There we go.
There's a preview.
There we go.
And they're still damn proud of having Olympic sports over there. They are.
I am so right about this majoring in football thing, though.
I don't know if you really are.
You should be able to major in football if that's all you want to do. And then...
But you said they don't have to go to class. They just come and play football.
Because practice, you can literally do the credit hours. Practice is credit hours.
You're not a student.
You're studying football.
I know there are courses available at certain universities where you can lock in on gaming. Like, I don't know if you can major in gaming, but that stuff's available now. Like,
Big
that's
industry, a lot of money in it.
In what area? Getting good at it?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Because to TLC's point,
maybe you'd be the instructor.
There's a lot of money to be had. So people are going to school for gaming now. So,
I guess if the school can make money off the student who's willing to pay to take that course, they'll do it. That's today's Buckeye Bulletin. We'll come back after a Tyler Danberg update here at top of the hour, get into a deep dive. Who is truly the MVP of the NFL right now? Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay. How about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Let's face it, repairing or replacing a roof is a big decision. It's an investment in your home, your safety, and your peace of mind. But with so many roofing companies out there, how do you know which one to trust? How do you know your investment will be in good hands? Since 1992, Newman Roofing has been the family-owned company homeowners have relied on. We understand that roofing projects can be stressful. That's why we've built our company around you, offering a white glove experience designed to make your roofing project as smooth and easy as possible. At Newman Roofing, we focus on the details because the details matter. Our craftsmanship, attention to quality, and commitment to service are second to none. Why? Because when your name is on it, it just means more. Your roof isn't just another project. It's our promise to deliver the very best. So, as the cooler weather approaches, don't wait. Get your Newman roof while there's still time this fall. Call us today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Baseball tonight, Game 2 of the NLCS. Dodgers visit the Brewers at 8:08. LA took Game 1 2-1 on Monday. Yoshinobu Yamamoto starts for the Dodgers against Freddie Peralta for the Brewers. College basketball AP Women's Top 25 is out. Ohio State Women's Hoops received the 27th most votes and will start outside the top 25. Buckeyes schedule features 7 top 25 Big Ten opponents. featuring number 1 UConn and number 17 TCU. More Ohio State athletics. Men's soccer hosts number 13 Michigan at 6. In the NHL, Columbus Blue Jackets dropped their home opener 3-2 to the Devils Monday. Jackets now host the Avalanche Thursday at 7. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour. Austin Ward will talk Buckeyes at 2:30. You guys know that the Super Bowl right now is Indy versus Tampa?
I know
right?
I know that I have to accept that by record and the odds, but I can't get there with the Colts.
Indy versus Tampa. How does that sound to you?
How about Baker versus Daniel Jones?
That's nasty work right there. That's the league does not want that at all.
The league may not want it, but
the Baker half of it, I think they'd be on board with.
I would be.
Him, former number 1 pick, his journey, his what word do I want to use here?
His maturation.
How he emotes. He's an emotional guy. I think people would buy into something that there's something to sell with Baker, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. With the Colts, I think that they would be in the graphic where you don't want to be, where you have somebody that's not your quarterback popped up on the graphic. Like if we're creating a Super Bowl graphic,
Johnny Taylor,
we're putting Jonathan Taylor on that thing, not Daniel Jones. Like
unless
the
Daniel Jones gets them there. For them to get there, he's going to have to play well. So maybe by the Super Bowl, he deserves to be on the poster.
Or maybe Jonathan Taylor and sweet Lou Anarumo and that defense are going to carry him to the Super Bowl.
I would not be betting on that Super Bowl, by the way.
Speaking of graphics, real quick, did you see what the NFL tweeted today about the Steelers-Bengals Thursday night matchup? They tweeted out Battle of the Unks on Thursday Night Football with Flacco and Aaron Rodgers up there. They're not wrong. I mean, we got some OGs playing quarterback.
They are the 2 oldest quarterbacks, right?
So
sweating to the oldies.
Battle of the Unks. I think they are the oldest. It's got to be those
41 and 40, right?
Stafford's up there, but it's those.
They'll be doing the combined age.
Flacco was drafted 08. Stafford was drafted 09.
And he did not look that up, ladies and gentlemen. I watched TLC, squinted, close his eyes, and really think hard to grab that knowledge right there.
All right, let's see what we could get on a Tampa Indy Super Bowl.
I can't
right now.
Yeah, I would love to know, but I just
all right. 100 soft-earned dollars from the Rothman and Ice Sludge Fund here.
Yeah,
we put it on Tampa Indy just to be in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need a winner. What are we getting back?
It can't be crazy good money because we are talking about
place.
Teams right now a combined record of 10-2.
Mm-hmm. That's a fairly astute observation.
Thank you, sir. You know, I get one of those every once in a while.
I don't think that's a big word.
No, I don't think so. That's not what you dropped yesterday. What was it again?
Antithetical.
And did AK use that on TV?
Don't know. He was too busy prancing around the plaza in his.
Did you see that? Oh my goodness, he was prancing. That's a really good word to use.
Kepi or whatever.
100 soft-earned dollars on the Colts in Tampa. Can we get back $450?
Oh my goodness!
Wait. $100 to get back.
No, we're not
what?
getting back that much. Can we get back $350? $250.
We're talking about $250.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
We're getting back 20. I say $2,200.
This is for both. They both have to be in the Super Bowl.
To the Super Bowl.
They both have to be in it.
So I'm probably
you can't miss on one.
I'm probably way low then. You said 2,200.
Yeah, and I'm probably low on that too.
Yeah, what is it, Aaron?
It's 71-1. So it's 7,125.
Wow, I was way off.
But it makes sense that you wouldn't get both.
No.
You might luck into Tampa.
The Colts are not going to the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't think so.
The Colts are not going to the AFC Championship game.
I'll tell you what Vegas also raked on, because Joe Burrow was the most bet on quarterback to win the MVP before the season. And The interesting thing about that is, and I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again. I know I sound like a broken record. Vegas, in my mind, has never been in the business of telling you what's going to happen. The reason Vegas is successful because they know something's going to happen that you're not thinking about right now.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And that's why these are human beings that they're betting on.
For sure.
Things happen. Teams, injuries, stuff beyond their control. Like, they're not in the prediction business. They're in the predicting that something will happen that no one's thinking about right now. That's how they make their money.
You know where I think we could probably make some decent money and value-wise as far as Super Bowl matchups right now is
I'll pump it into the computer, Maddie, if you'd like.
Kansas City.
Oh. You think we can make anything on them anymore?
Well, I was just going to say Kansas City and either Detroit or Philly. With those two teams right now, especially Philly, the vibes around them are bad.
They got
Very
a
bad.
lot of time to figure it out,
So
though.
that's why I think we could grab some
We're not
decent
making
value.
more money on than that other Super Bowl.
We're not.
No. Kansas City and
That was
Philly.
way more likely.
Kansas City and Philly's like 25-1.
I just thought with the value of I think what can we get
You're
on
a
Philly
parlay
right
guy, aren't you? You're a parlay guy. You're trying to get rich.
Low risk, high reward.
Exactly.
I can't stand
Exactly.
If it's not interesting to
what's
me.
the value in Chiefs Eagles? We
Yeah.
saw that Super Bowl already.
I don't like betting on favorites. Maddie knows that.
Where are we with Philly's odds right now? That's just why I brought
To win
that
the
up.
NFC?
Like, what does Vegas think of them
5
right
to
now?
1.
Okay, so they're still kind of in on them. Okay.
Very much in on it because think about it's not really about how bad they've been. It's about their competition. Like, no one's running away. Detroit has come back to earth a little bit, losing to Kansas City. Green Bay is not the it team anymore the way they used to be. They may be in betting. The Rams are kind of there. Tampa is kind of where the value is, but they don't have any receivers right now. So it's
and that's why I think you get them now. But the value is not going to be that good. They're 5-1. We just talked.
All
about
right, so let's bet Tampa to make the Super Bowl, but let's pick a favorite in the AFC. Not Indy.
On this topic,
Kansas City,
for
Tampa.
me,
Mahomes, Baker.
Kansas City is waking up. Their
course they
record to
are.
me doesn't it doesn't tell us right now. I just think a couple weeks from where we are now, the perception of the Chiefs is going to completely be flipped on its head.
Here's the question.
Okay.
It's not whether you agree with that, what Maddie just said. It's whether you believe in anybody more than Kansas City
I mean,
in the
his
AFC.
Steelers are 4-1.
That's it.
No.
It's not about whether you think Kansas City is
don't mean
great. It's whether you think anybody else is better.
On this topic, I saw something in the break that I was not aware of, but knowing what we know now,
Well, that's impossible.
the 4 teams that the Bills have beaten to get to their 4-2 record, none of them have more than 1 win. Right now, the Ravens.
Let's not take Baltimore win away from them.
Well,
that's when they were at their best.
It's Ravens, Jets, Dolphins.
No,
Saints.
I know, but when they beat the Ravens, they were the Ravens.
I think
Their defense was also the Ravens' defense.
I think to TLC's point, right? If that Derrick Henry fumble doesn't happen, what's the perception of Buffalo right now after what we watched last night too?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
The last 2 weeks,
3-3.
Saints, Dolphins,
their
Jets. your
defense
3
is
wins.
garbage. They
We're
don't have
looking
big
at them
weapons.
like,
And the Saints ran with them.
Yeah.
That was a close game the entire time.
It was.
This is a very good time for Buffalo to be going on their bye. It just is.
They need a reset.
They look mentally frustrated. They don't know. Their defense is kind of trashy, but we kind of knew that. That I wasn't sure. I said a couple weeks ago I wasn't sure whether Buffalo had the defense to win it all. You always thought Josh Allen could save the day.
And guess what's out there on tape right now? If you got a good run game, you can pound the Bills into the dirt with your run game. Bijan cooked them. Derrick Henry cooked them until he didn't. And so now, like you're saying, they get a bye. It's coming out of that. It's at Carolina, which is actually their 500 football team right now. And you got this Rico Dowdle run game that won't stop. Then after that, it's Kansas City, which will be a massive game, obviously, with those two teams squaring off.
I think Detroit's got a really tough schedule coming, too.
We sleeping on them a little bit?
I believe them, though.
I think they're good, but I'm just telling you, I don't think they're going to roll here. They've got Tampa at home. Well, they're at home. They have Tampa at home, Vikes at home, at Washington, at Philly. So, yeah, they'll be okay. Actually, the bet to make right now is probably the bet that a lot of people made before the season, but now you can get a little more value on it, and that's Kansas City, Detroit. That's the Super Bowl. I think that's the one to go for now for value because I can get that at almost 38 to 1.
Yeah. The NFC side of things is very interesting right now. Like record-wise, when you look at what's happening, there's
let me check that. I may have been a little high on that.
There's one awful team in the NFC. Like, it's the Saints. The Giants have woke up. To me, they've got some type of life. I don't know what that's going to look like at the end of the year, but I think with Dart and that crew, and then it's Arizona at 2-4. Everybody else is either at 500 or above 500 in the NFC right now.
Actually, sorry, it's 23-1.
Okay,
still good, but not as good as I just said. I was actually putting in information that for the number 1 seed.
We didn't bring up the Steelers at all.
Well, we will next.
TLC, we have to.
We handed you to the division last week. You knew that.
They win Thursday.
Maddie, I was going to say, Maddie's. Wait a minute. I thought we printed them after last week.
No, I'm saying for sure. Oh. If they beat Cincinnati on Thursday, I'm here to tell you, you're getting an AFC North winner T-shirt.
He didn't necessarily crown the Steelers. He just buried the Ravens, and now he's realizing, oh, wait, that means I have to pick the Steelers, I guess.
No, I'm just, hey, look, man, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. That's all I'm saying.
And
stats don't watch games either.
One Bengal legend says,
I made that up on the spot. That's good.
Turn those machines back on and sell. We'll tell you who said that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Hockey is back. You're listening to Blue Jackets Week. Proud to be your flagship home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Get ECO.
Hey, Aaron, what are we going to do with these 41 new trucks you bought?
Those extra trucks are to make sure that we can always send someone to the rescue when a customer needs us.
Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians to the rescue.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter, HVAC technicians. Get
ECO. Aaron, you bought those 41 new trucks at exactly the right time.
I know, Jerry, because everyone everywhere is needing help with their furnace right now.
Summertime is when furnaces develop problems.
The contacts and relays and sensors get all wonky.
Because summertime is when furnaces are not being used.
And our technicians can unwalk them. Get ECO. If you need someone to unwalk your furnace, get ECO.
Our technicians can unwalk anything.
And with 41 new trucks, they can get there fast. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Away game this week, but that just means you can make the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus your home for Saturday football. Join the Fan for the tailgate show and then party with us with the ultimate watch party. We have football contests with amazing prizes. There's wall-to-wall screens, ticket and memorabilia giveaways, and unbeatable game day food. Can't wait to see you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Saturday. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Anthony. Wouldn't you want to drive into the new season with a brand new Honda from Germain Honda of Dublin? You can lease the 25 Honda Accord LX for just $199 a month or finance at 3.99% APR. Or the 26 Honda CR-V LX all-wheel drive, leasing from only $319 a month or finance from 4.99% APR. These fall deals are fantastic. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or you can shop online anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app. Available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Morning Juice, real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said. And that's how she wrote.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10 TV Plus. Attack and dominate. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Another sunshiny day for us across central Ohio. Afternoon highs getting into the mid-70s, and then for tonight, mostly clear with overnight lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday will be mostly sunny, however, it will be significantly cooler as daytime highs only get in the mid to upper 60s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with a 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, a little Bet365 time, and I do believe we gave out a couple winners yesterday.
Did we? I honestly don't remember what my bet was. What did I do yesterday?
I bet that Jet Greaves would have over 24.5 saves.
Hit 25, didn't he?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
And I think you bet that Zach Ertz would get in the end zone.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is
He
it
did.
right there. Crazy game yesterday, huh? Pretty wild.
The fact that they did the Bills and well, I'm sorry, I should say it differently. That the Falcons and the Bears both won.
Yeah.
Last night. It was pretty amazing. And the Bears' comeback was swift.
I mean,
and severe.
I see what you did there. He'll be here all week. Yeah, Bears and Commanders get together. We get some entertaining football. Last year you had the Hail Mary, and then last night's game with the whole Jaden fumble that opens the door for the Bears. It was a fun night for sure around the NFL. Hey, at Bet365, folks, they got a great deal for new customers, so listen closely. All you have to do is bet $5. You're going to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, so you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on spreads, totals, player props, or money lines. Keep an eye out as well on the Daily Boost and Super Boost at Bet365. We got game 2 of the NLCS happening tonight in Milwaukee. I'm looking at Shohei. That plus 240 AR is jumping off the screen for me right now for an anytime touchdown. He'll good after Freddie Peralta.
It'd be amazing if he did score a touchdown.
What did I say? I said touchdown, didn't I?
It would be that,
I did say touchdown.
We should get more odds.
He's probably capable of doing it.
That's what I'm saying. If we can get him as a tight end somewhere, I think we're going to get better than 2 plus 2 whatever.
Plus 240 for a home run for Shohei Ohtani. Let me get that right. I'm going to roll with that, man.
Give me a little I do listen.
You do. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. I caught that one.
So that's what I'll go with. Shohei Dinger tonight, plus 240 at Bet365.
All right, I'll get back on the ice, and as long as I nailed a goalie last night for the bet, I will go with Igor Shesterkin, my fantasy goalie, at over 26.5 saves against Edmonton.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
Oh, shoot.
Caught him.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Caught him over there.
You almost pulled a Rusty Klesla there. You can't prove that, Rusty. I like the fact that anybody listening to our Rusty Klesla 2-segment interview today at 1 to 1:30, that if you were listening on the stream, you got what I call the director's cut. And it was fun. Not that the other version isn't listenable.
Oh, it's great. He was awesome. Hey,
but I think we loosened him up a little bit.
We did during
then he
the
let
break.
the expletives fly.
Yeah, we got to know him a little bit more during the break. I was asking him some questions about where you're living now, what's life like, and all that. And I think he got a little comfortable with us, and I'm here for it. By the way, Mama Hayes, she checks in, and she says, "Sell, sell, sell." That's from the Trading Places movie. So she's locked in.
Go.
She got it.
She's locked in.
That's amazing.
Shout out to Mama Hayes. I love
no
you,
one
Mama
else.
Hayes.
I didn't hear from anybody else.
Lord
on it.
knows you and I need a lifeline for these movie references.
My mom's got our back. And
we got to phone a friend.
It's great. Like knowing AR for
Phone
years.
her.
AR, the glow on your face when we get your movie references or other, it
makes me feel.
It does make you feel good, which makes me feel bad because I've let you down.
No. Don't feel bad. These are way past their prime, so it doesn't matter.
Man.
All right. So, do you have Boomer Esiason comments here?
That's the one I don't have.
Okay.
I got it. I do have this though, and this is.
It's like going to a restaurant and say, "You have this." No, but we have, we got this stuff that we're pushing.
So Jamar Chase was speaking with the media. I believe this was in the locker room right after the game.
Okay.
On Sunday.
Okay.
And so, obviously the spirits aren't great with Cincinnati right now, but AFC North ball matchup coming up on Thursday, and here's what Jamar Chase had to say about the Bengals being ready to go for the Steelers.
This next game is always the most important game just because it's a divisional game. Also, just the rankings that we got going on, the standards where we at right now. We know the Steelers going to try to come in and raw dog us and kill us, but we're going to be ready for that challenge, and we're going to be waiting for it.
It will. What? It will.
Wait, what?
Okay.
All right,
Jamar. All right.
I usually ask you, can I hear that again? But I'm not going to ask because I don't want to hear it again.
Try to come in and raw dog us.
I don't.
Okay.
Any of you guys want to play Urban Dictionary right now?
I mean, I think I'm going to just leave that one where it is. I'm going to leave that one alone is what I'm going to do.
All right,
my goodness.
Hey, that's a real quote. That's not AI.
Oh, man.
All right, here's another one from a receiver. This is Tez Johnson, who had a great catch in the end zone. This was the play after, I believe, Baker ran for the first down on 3rd and 14. And he was hearing some MVP chants, and he completely misinterpreted them.
I'll tell you a funny story. This is crazy. When I score and I hit MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Tez. And I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP. The one he got the first down on, he said he blacked out. But, I mean, that's just Baker. The pump fake get everybody. I'm just like, oh, my God, he's a dog. Like, I don't know what he put in his cereal before the game. Like, but that guy on it every single week.
I love that he went, that's just Baker. Yeah. Like, that may be a little dry. That's just Baker. With the season that he's having, TLC, we may have to turn that into a drop. That's just Baker.
That's just Baker.
He really, for a second, thought they were chanting for him? I guess so. You got to catch more than a pass.
He's a rookie.
To be the MVP of the league.
He has AR.
He's not new to this, man.
Come on. He probably doesn't have 10 catches this year. So what's he thinking?
He had one catch.
Okay.
He had one catch for 45 yards and a touchdown last week. The game before that, he had 4 catches for 59.
Right. I was wrong.
And then the game before that, he had 1 catch for 8 yards.
So in total, 6 catches.
Wait a minute. What do you have in the first 2 games?
That would be 2 zeros. So
he had healthy scratch.
For a second, he thought they were chanting for him.
Was he watching the game in the press box?
He got 1 target each in those first 2 games.
That's awesome.
Right, so he's on the field.
He was on the field.
That's pretty good, though.
But that's when Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka were both healthy. Yeah. And he thought that he really just made a splash really early.
And his dog reference was better than Jamar's.
Yeah, Jamar's was, that was...
We know the Steelers going to try to come in and raw dog us.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, fellas. TLC.
Ruby don't play like homie, and homie don't play like that.
I like the way he says Steelers.
We know the Steelers going to try to come in and raw dog us.
That's that Louisiana coming out.
So
we got
Steelers.
We got a Steelers and a Baker.
Steelaz. Steelers.
I'm here for it. Hey, what you need to be here for, fellas, is your health. If you are not feeling like your old self where you had all the energy in the world, or, hey, listen, if you're having ED problems and you and your partner can't do that thing that you used to like anymore, that can all change at the Columbus Men's Clinic, because there's no gimmicks over there. There is no guesswork, just effective treatments and real science. So get on over there like I did. Look, I got my blood work checked. I was nervous going in. You know, I can understand how this can be you can be a little antsy getting information that may lead to some other things, but don't feel that way. The Columbus Men's Clinic will get you right, because everything they do is affordable. It's accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. So act now. You only get one life. Take care of yourself, fellas. Procrastination is the worst thing you can do when it comes to your health. Call 614-300-7400, or you can hit them up online at columbusmensclinic.com today. Again, their number is 614-300-7400, or you can find them online at columbusmensclinic.com.
We come back in 2 minutes with our friend Austin Ward. We'll talk Buckeyes. You know when you're a championship, you're a championship team when, like, the second question at the presser is about the punter. We'll talk about that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
It's officially fall at Firehouse Subs. The Thanksgiving turkey sub is back. This sub brings all the flavors of the Thanksgiving table into one crave-worthy bite. Stacked high with premium carved turkey, rich stuffing, and cranberry sauce. Add a side of warm, savory gravy for ultimate holiday comfort. Hurry to Firehouse Subs today and try the Thanksgiving turkey sub before it's gone. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last. Planning a tailgate or game day spread? Firehouse Subs Catering makes it easy to feed the whole crew.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injections 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Just announced. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2025 Tucson and Tucson hybrids. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit ends 11/3.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's do a little day tripping.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Plumbing. Call us today at 1-800-FURNACE for all your plumbing and drain service needs. Yes, 1-800-FURNACE works for plumbing, too.
All right, back at it with our guy, Austin Ward, doing a little day tripping, as we always do on a Tuesday at this time. Good to have you, my man. How you feeling?
Feeling awesome. Another busy week. Looking forward to another road trip. It's a tough stretch, guys. Not so much for me specifically. I'm not playing a football game on Saturday, but 3 road games in 4 weeks for Ryan Day. I mean, that's clearly got his attention, and they're expecting Luke Fickell and the Badgers to be physical and fight pretty hard to try and dig out of their hole on Saturday afternoon.
Well, I would say to Coach, well, that's what we said they were going to do last week, which is against Iowa, at home, at night, at Camp Randall. And they were coming off 3 straight losses. And here comes Iowa. And this was the not get right